What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Devil's Details Diecast Quick Bites series. This is a series where I don't do a lot of modifications to a vehicle, just mostly paint and usually tires, but in this case I'm not going to even change the tires on this one. What I am going to do is add a bunch of accessories. Saw a few customs over the weekend that were basically just weathered models of existing castings with mostly just paint and weathering done and a bunch of accessories added. So that's what I'm going to do to this Studebaker here. It's from Johnny Lightning. It's just labeled as a 60s Studebaker. Not a very common car you would see on the roads, but I kind of like that feature of it. And what we're going to do is just weather the existing paint, I believe, and we're going to laden it down with a bunch of I guess you could call it survival gear, maybe just a bunch of junk. Kind of thinking post-apocalyptic here, but not technically a Gaslands or a Wastelands build. More of just a post-apocalyptic survivor traveling the country with all of their belongings in the back. Kind of along the line of Flying Valiant Customs, you know, how he adds a bunch of stuff and fodder in the back. I have some stuff already primed and drying, or else I would show you that. So again, this isn't really going to be a full-on custom build, more of just a weathering existing paint, and then some pieces, some 3D pieces added, some pieces from other vehicles that I found in my casting box. So should be a fun one. See how it comes out, and we'll take it from there. So stick around. Alright folks, so here's an update on the Studebaker. This is mostly 800 grit sandpaper first. I did just primer out the hood just for a little bit of contrast and color. Majority of this is just Tamiya Smoke, my favorite weathering color. So just hitting all the cracks and crevices and then wiping off the surface. And that's literally it for the weathering so far on this. I'm not really going for a rust bucket here. I may hit a couple of areas with rust. I just kind of got under the chassis with some heavier smoke color. I did do the engine as well. Just kind of hit the air cleaner with the air cover, a cleaner cover with red, again for a little contrast. And that's about it. So I mean, just to show you that weathering can be easily done with just a little bit of Tamiya Smoke, or clear black if you got it in another color. I mean another brand, I should say. And some sandpaper. I also did shoot it with some dull coat. It's kind of important to do that between coats to protect your previous work. So I am going to hit it with a little bit of rust here and there, and probably dry brush it with either a tan or a khaki color just to simulate a little bit of dust and sand. I did some work on the accessory that's going on the roof. This is actually off of a Jeep casting that I found. It still needs a little bit of touch up there. It's very hard to paint little tiny pieces like that, but I figured that's going to go on the roof. A little unconventional, but that's okay because it is the post-apocalyptic world, so anything goes. I figure he found this roof rack somewhere and thought it'd be good to utilize it for storage on the top. No wasted space, you know. And then in the back of the bed there, I'm going to throw some pieces, and I have a special piece for the tailgate itself. So it's probably about all I'm going to show for now until the reveal, because this is a quick bites video. It's not meant to be a long video. So stick around, and we'll have the reveal shortly. And if you remember, this is what we started with, a 1960s Studebaker from Johnny Lightning in this kind of gold paint here. pretty nice condition. It is a roller. It does have a flip-up hood. And we're going to imagine maybe this guy got this from his grandfather, pre-post-apocalyptic setting. And again, this is not a Gaslands or Wastelands build. This is just a guy trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic setting with all his belongings in his truck. And here's how it came out. And here it is, folks. The 1960s Studebaker, all laden down for survival in the post-apocalyptic world, or maybe just all the guy's belongings in this current world situation with high rent and low incomes or unemployment. Had a lot of fun building this. There's a lot of 3D printed parts on here. Mostly I won't go over because you can kind of see them all here. The roof rack here is from Matchbox Jeep. Basically just added a jerry can. Little piece on front's kind of like a toolbox, 3D printed, just painted red, bolted on the front. The bike on the back is from a Hot Wheels Pop Cycle. That was gold chrome, just kind of spray painted that in primer and painted it to look kind of more like a regular bike. There's a little boombox there on the front seat. Maybe the guy's radio doesn't work. The blue tarp is actually just some masking tape that I rolled up and painted blue and glued shut. The hood there opens up. Little work on the engine, just kind of dirtied that up. And that's about it. The string, I just unraveled a thicker piece of string that I had just to thin it out to make it more to scale. Just threw a couple of wraps around here and there just to kind of, make it look a little more realistic with some tie downs. I just ran it through some tan paint and some Elmer's glue to keep it to shape. A little bit of rust, a little bit of dirt, and a little bit of wear and tear, and this one's done. So this was just an afternoon build, nice and quick here. Goes to show you don't need to invest a lot of time or energy to get a nice quick custom build out. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Stick around for a couple of glamour shots, and we'll see you next time. Be well.